In what was the battle of the champions of the past 2 years, reigning champions Mohill just edged out the 2016 winners Aughawillan in the last 10 minutes of a pulsating clash on Saturday evening. This was a tit-for-tat showdown for almost 80% of the action. But in the crunch and final 20% of the proceedings, it was Mohill who had more fuel in the tank to drive home decisively for a fully merited win despite the never-say-die battling qualities of Aughawillan. Undoubtedly Mohill possessed the greater firepower. No less than 8 Mohill players got on the game's score sheet over the course of the game. In contrast, Aughawillan depended on 3 of their players to deliver all their scores, namely, Gary Plunkett, Morgan Quinn and Sean Flanagan. What probably turned the tide for the Mohill in this encounter was their superior ability to play an effective, fast-moving and expansive brand of football against a tight-marking and well-marshalled Aughawillan outfit. Aughawillan slightly outgunned Mohill in the opening 20 minutes. In this spell, Gary Plunkett fired over 2 points while Morgan Quinn and Sean Flanagan chipped in with a point apiece. Mohill stayed right in contention with Domhnall Flynn, Alan McLaughlin and Shane Quinn splitting the Aughawillan uprights with a score each. Mohill men got on level terms when Flynn tapped over a 20th minute free. 4 minutes later, Ronan Kennedy put Mohill in front when he fired over. Morgan Quinn leveled the proceedings when put a 27th minute free on target. But Alan McLaughlin edged Mohill back in front with a point from play to give his side a slight 0-6 to 0-5 interval advantage. Aughawillan got back on level terms in the opening minute of the second half thanks to Gary Plunkett, who fired over the crossbar. But Mohill regained the lead within the space of 60 seconds after Evan Harkin fisted the ball over the crossbar. Harkin's score came after a fine individual effort on his part when he dashed into an open space and sold through at pace from the 45 meters line. McLaughlin extended Mohill's lead to 3 points when he shot over 237 points in quick succession. Over the next 4 minutes, points from frees were traded by Morgan Quinn for Aughawillan and Ronan Gordon for Mohill. Aughawillan surged as the third quarter came to close and grabbed the lead. Initially, Gary Plunkett reduced the deficit 2 points when fired over a point. Shortly after, Plunkett put Aughawillan back in the lead for the first time in 26 minutes when he hammered his effort past Mohill netminder, Padraig Craig. But Mohill responded positively and got to get back on level terms almost immediately when Sean Harkin soloed through the Aughawillan cover to shoot a well-taken 47th minute point. The Mohill men regained the lead in the following minute when the highly experienced Daniel Beck calmly fired over a point. This score got Mohill's nose in front at a crucial stage. Ronan Kennedy increased Mohill's advantage to 2 points in the following minute when he whipped over a point. Sub Barry Lupton became the second Mohill player to be yellow-carded in the space of 3 minutes when referee Seamus Mulhern issued his 53rd minute reprimand to Lupton. Sean Flanagan reduced Mohill's lead to the minimum when he shot a 56th minute Aughawillan point. Sometime afterwards, and following separate incidents, Aughawillan's Gary Plunkett and Flanagan received yellow cards. In the closing scoring action of the game, Mohill made the win secure when Alan McLaughlin hit 2 points on the trot. Games at a glance main man, while he received great support from several other teammates, Alan McLaughlin was very much the engine of Mohill's hard-fought battle that ultimately led to an important opening championship campaign win over their Aughawillan. Talking point: Mohill had 8 players who all contributed to their scoring tally, while perhaps Aughawillan fell short at the final hurdle since only 3 of the players contributed to their side's total tally. Turning point: after Aughawillan had taken a 1-point lead midway through the second half, Sean Harkin stepped up for Mohill and shot a leveling point that turned the tide for his side. Ref watch: Seamus Mulhern kept this game flowing. He applied his vast experience to good effect at different times to ensure this closely contested clash never boiled over, taking appropriate disciplinary action as situations warranted. Highlight: Evan Harkin's early second-half point for Mohill came after a fine piece of ball carrying by him and also put his side back in front after Aughawillan had got on level terms. Lowlight: it was a true championship-favoured knife-edged contest for most of the action and low points in it were rare. There was a reasonable attendance of both club supporters but overall quite a small crowd, which perhaps was disappointing. Subs: Barry Lupton for R. Kennedy, 24, Kennedy for Gordon, 49, Reese Bohan for C. Kennedy, 56, Aughawillan. Scorers: Gary Plunkett 1-4, Morgan Quinn 0-3, 2FS, Sean Flanagan 0-2. Team: Colin McGuire, Niall Stringer, Declan McGovern, Fionn Bear Quinn, Sean Quinn, Michael Quinn, Rory McTague, Sean Flanagan, Gary Plunkett, Stephen Gilheany, Mark Plunkett, Barry Pryor, Morgan Quinn, Pierce Dolan, Fergal McTague. Subs: Connor McGovern for Stringer, 57, Dyra Maxwell for Dolan, 58, Referee: Seamus Mulhern.